Cities of Sigmar's whole kind of stick is the fact that you can bring different units together to make a sort of combined arms list. So in this episode, what we're going to be doing is taking that to an extreme with kind of, even at 1,000 points, can use a combined arms tactic to get this going. So using units like Freeguild Fusiliers and Steelhelms along with a monstrous general to kind of put this perfect blend of history and magic together. I'm your host, Greyhammer, and please, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about this list. And let's get right into the video. So, it's going to be 1,000 points, with the Freeguild Marshal on Griffon being the general, 2 units of 20 Freeguild Steelhelms, a unit of 20 Freeguild Fusiliers, and a unit of 10 Freeguild Fusiliers, rounding us off to a perfect 1,000 points. Lots of shooting and infantry units, along with that Marshal on Griffon, to give us a little bit of killing power in kind of a hero form. So, there's really 3 officers' orders that could maybe be useful. You've got Advance in Formation, Suppressing Fire, and Hold the Line. I won't go into them too much in details, but Advance in Formation is basically going to pick a friendly Cities of Sigmar unit and allow them to move 3 inches in the movement phase. The Suppressing Fire in the shooting phase, you can basically cause enemies to get strike last, which is pretty nice on a roll. And then Hold the Line, you're going to get strike last and a ward of 5 up. Not as useful in this list because you already have ways of getting 5 up wards, which is kind of crazy. We'll talk about that later. But if you need it, you have it there. So we're going to take the Faith and Firepower for the Greywater fastness to just add 3 to the range of Fusiliers, because the other ones just didn't fit as much. There's a lot more cavalry-based for cavalry-based lists, so we might do that in another episode. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a cavalry-based list. We might do a few cavalry-based lists based off of elf or humans. So the Freeguild General is going to take Grizzled Veteran, meaning an unmodified wound roll of 1 to 3 is an automatic fail. So if something wounds on a 3-up or a 2-up, it actually needs a 4-up, which is pretty nice. Glimmering is each phase you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, or 1 save roll. So in each phase, so in shooting, in combat, going to be pretty useful to keep him alive with his save rolls, or just make him hit harder. I used to run a list that I called the Blender Griff, and just kind of made him a monster in combat. Unfortunately, those don't exist anymore, but this is the next best thing. Freeguild Marshal on Griffon by himself, he's 15 health, a 12-inch move, 4-up save, and control 5. He's got 5 attacks, 3s to hit, 4s to wound, rend 1, 2 damage. It does an extra damage on the charge. Then his Griffon's Razor, Claws, and Deadly Beak, 6 attacks, 4s to hit, 2s to wound, rend 2, 3 damage. So those are some pretty serious attacks there. While he's taking 10 or more damage points, he's got a 4 attacks instead of 6. When you declare the redeploy for a friendly Cities of Sigmar human unit wholly within 12, with Tactical Acumen, if you roll a 1 to 3, you can use a value of 4 instead. And then his Rampage is in any combat phase, pick up to 3 enemy units in combat, roll dice for each target. On a 4-up, they cannot use commands for the rest of the turn, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. He's a pretty good melee character. His save leaves a lot to be desired. I remember when you used to be able to get him to a 3-up save, which was nice. And so that Grizzled Veteran is going to keep him alive significantly longer, is at least the hope. And he does do a lot of damage with his Griffons particularly, especially if you can get a +1 to hit. Freeguild Steelhelms. This is kind of surprising to me that they're only 90 points, considering some of their rules. They seem to me like less Killisaurus, but more durable. So let's get into that. Health of 1. 5-inch move, 4-up save, control 1. Freeguild weapons, 2 attacks. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. No rend, 1 damage. They have an ability once per turn. Okay. For your army. Okay, so you can't consecrate multiple ones in the same turn. That's balances that a little bit. So basically, if this unit is contesting an objective you control that is not contested by enemy models, you can roll a dice. Okay, and it's also on a roll. That's how they balance it a little bit more. On a 3-up, it's considered consecrated. While each model in a friendly Cities of Sigmar human unit is contesting a consecrated objective, they get a ward of 5-up. If your opponent gains control of a consecrated objective, it is no longer consecrated. Now, the thing is this also affects your Griffons and your Steelhelms, so if you get them on one of those consecrated objectives, they also get a 5-up ward. So these 4-up save infantry and your general can all of a sudden turn to a 4-up save with a 5-up ward, which is really, really strong. So if you really want to fight over the objectives, which, believe it or not, in Age of Sigmar is what you want to do anyway. So, kind of powerful ability there. If you get your general to defend an objective, then like 4-up save, 5-up ward, ignores wound rolls of 1, 2, or 3. So, and can reroll one of them each phase. Can be pretty strong. Freeguild Fusiliers, we already went over these last one, but 1 health apiece, 5-inch move, 4-up save, control 1. They get their Fusel Cannon fortified position, which is an 18-inch range. That's going to be 21 inches with this Greywater fastness. 2 attacks apiece, 4s and 4s, rend 1, 1 damage. And then the mobile Fusel Cannon, 12-inch range, 1 attack apiece, 4-up, 4-up, 1 rend, 1 damage, can shoot in combat. And then the bayonet, 1 attack apiece, 4s to hit, 4s to wound, and no rend, 1 damage. If they're in a fortified position, they can pick which weapon. If they're not in a fortified, they have to use the mobile one. Fortified position, they subtract 1 from the rend. So if they get a 4-up save, ignore, or subtract 1 from the rend characteristic, and then a 5-up ward, can be pretty durable themselves. They have a Plat Powder Squire. Each time they use a shoot, they can reroll 1 hit roll. If it's rerolled to a 1, you remove the Black Powder Squire. So it can be pretty useful there. So let's get into tactics, which I didn't write, so give me 1 second. Well, I thought about editing that out, but I thought it would be funnier to keep it in. Freeguild General on Griffon, you're going to use to attack enemy monstrous foes, shred through infantry, and try to fight around objectives. Steelhelms, you're going to try and book them to the objectives, get some early consecrated zones using any rolls you can to do so. Fusiliers, you're going to want to give suppressing fire to those Steelhelms, allowing them to grab those objectives more safely. Just kind of give those Steelhelms some overwatch fire. And try to get on objectives first. If you take an objective and you consecrate it and you got that 5-up ward, you just want to get those 20 control there and just plop them on there. Use your Fusiliers to make sure that people have to think twice about going in, and use that Freeguild General to kind of harry the enemy. Just you grab them objectives. If they try and take them, that's where your Freeguild General goes. Tries to make sure that every single time they get into combat, that Freeguild General can come in and rescue them through the shooting of this Fusiliers, the kind of durability and little bits of damage that the Steelhelms can do, and then Freeguild General and Griffon can clean that up. Let me know what you think about this list. I think it's actually really strong, and I want to find out different ways we can get those Steelhelms to be even more powerful. I'd like to see how you could make that work with consecrating objectives. Could be cool. I think there could be some cool features in the future with kind of what they can do with those consecrated objectives. I think thematically it's interesting. So yeah, let me know different ways you can optimize those Steelhelms to get those objectives faster. And when we expand this to 2000, I'd expect we get something like some cavalry added into it to kind of clear the way for those Steelhelms. But yeah, let me know what you think. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And comment below. Just really helps with both engagement and just kind of letting me know that you like this kind of content. I'll see you later. Goodbye.